Hi and good evening, everyone. My name is Albert, and this is VlogsBoutNothin. Thank you very much for taking the time out of your very busy night to join me. I really appreciate it. Just kind of throwing that out there early video. We're talking about anti-war efforts. So, if you're not interested in anti-war ideology, maybe check out any one of the other 450 plus videos we have here on the channel. Um, if you don't like this talk, I'm fairly certain you won't like any of the other videos, but hey, to each his own. I encourage looking through that catalog of videos, you know, um, all the time, right? That's why it's there, you know? I mean, it's not like I'm that crazy, so anyways, thanks again for watching. I really, really do appreciate that so much, so much. Tonight, and it's actually funny because I forgot what I was going to talk about at all, like in every which way possible. This is embarrassing. When this stuff happens to me, it's embarrassing. I get embarrassed. I like to say I'm shameless, but hey, there's embarrassment in all of our actions. And so I'm thinking of turning this into a vlog about nothing, although I'm fairly certain that I had some really good stuff to talk about. But regardless, we're just going to keep moving forward. All right, it's a vlog about nothing. I forgot what I was going to talk about, so that's what we're talking about. The last few days have been interesting. Again, I think if people can take one thing from the program, right, is that I am who I am. Um, since I'm going out on the line, to make my life public in every which way possible, I find that obviously there's going to be times where, there's some speed bumps and stuff. And I thought it was kind of weird. Honestly, between all of us out there, my reaction to what happened yesterday on IG and all these other stuff, like, I look at that, right? And I'm like, man, maybe I should have reacted different. Maybe I should have said something different. But the fact of the matter is that I don't wish I didn't say anything at all, or I don't take anything back in terms of like, dude, what a creepy thing to happen in life. Like, seriously, like, real talk. Like, I say things on the program all the time, all the time, but like, I never want to be afraid of saying something that might make somebody like, stalk me and like, because these things ultimately, lead to security and safety concerns, right? I mean, they, them, ladies, gentlemen out there, please don't take anything I ever say that seriously. Like, if I offend you, I'm sorry. I really am. I'm sorry that I'm not sorry, and I'm sorry that I offended you because nobody wants to be offended, honestly. I mean, you feel a certain kind of a way or whatever, but like, you also don't have to watch this channel. And that's, I guess, what blows my mind even more is that people do things they hate, and they do things they hate so that they can get some kind of satisfaction from purpose or something. But yeah, dude, that's weird. It's weird when a stranger out there looks you up regardless, like, and I'm lucky obviously that I'm not like a criminal or I've never been convicted of any crimes. Like, dude, like, what's your problem? Like, that's scary. That's some scary stuff, and it is indicative of some serious mental health problems. Alpha, Gen X, dude, like, I understand the boomers and the Z's are crazy, I understand that. They're most likely probably your parents. It's whatever. I'm just saying, though, that, like, it's not how you react to stuff. I mean, it doesn't look so nice on you, and it's indicative of a whole system that is like shot in that, you say one thing that offends somebody and it literally, you've provided that low intellect individual with the kind of purpose that they need, in their life. And it's just weird, right? And again, am I wrong? Is that not weird? Am I the weird one? Do people typically, you know like, delve into content creators' personal life and try to talk to their exes and stuff? Because again, like, every part of me thinks that's weird. And if I'm wrong, then, I'd like to be told, like, in what part of anything is that wrong? I mean, And then I might, I guess, hear the argument, it's like, well, you are the one that puts all of your personal, and it's like, how would I not put my personal information up? Like, seriously, you want me to be one of those content creators where you never see my face, you only hear the voice and like stupid little words coming across and like little animations? Like, dude, this is me, like, I can't be any more authentic than this. This is not an AI chatbot. This is an AI, like, it's a human being. And I'm sorry if like my whole, sort of demeanor and physical presence bothers people. But again, like, go watch one of the, cartoon videos, man. Like, I don't know what you want from me. But yeah, I think that it's weird. And I think that, it sheds light on, again, the kind of society that we live in, where there's like huge obsessed, mentally challenged fans out there who like get real crazy with it. I mean, again, has anyone seen Selena? Does anyone know how this story ends? Because it's been played out before and it doesn't end nicely. I mean, how many of us absolutely hate that person that killed Selena? Seriously. Like, I mean, in terms of just like, what a thing to do, right? Rest in peace, Selena. Yeah. Yeah, crazy fans. Again, like, that's the implication of the standardization of creepy weirdos that stalk you online. Like, seriously, like, that's not fun and it's not cool. I just, so it's weird, and it would, I guess it would be more humanistic if like this person had approached me in a gentleman kind of a way, in terms of like at least being able to identify him, right? And again, going back to that argument, like, ladies, gentlemen, they, them, I'm only a stupid man. I'm not a stupid person, right? And that, like, how in the name of the universe would I ever be able to host and pilot and create a show on YouTube without having to be myself, or without having to show my face? You understand what I'm saying? So like, I don't know, like, people are weird. That's weird. And it trips me out because, like, what? Like, what? I said something about your generation, so now you want to call my ex-girlfriend? That's strange, man. You are a strange guy. So, yeah, I've been thinking about that obviously a lot, and a big part of me is, like, seriously giving two birds and moving right along, because I don't care, and I think the only thing that I cared about, right, was the mentioning of my daughter. I mean, take it as you will in terms of like that Marshall Mathers effect, right? We all love MGK, but we all know why we'll never hear a song from MGK and Eminem. I mean, again, it's just something you don't do, like, bag on each other all you want, but hey, half of us stopped listening to the Kendrick and Drake beef just because they're getting a little weird. They're getting a little weird over there. So until something substantiative comes out and it's not just rich people bagging on other rich people because they're jealous of them, then hey, we'll have that conversation. But in the meantime, you can just leave all of your fans, consumers, and just, entire fan base just out there in the wind, kind of. Did he do that? Was he? Oh my goodness. So yeah, gossip is like indicative of, how we behave when we're four, because we don't know any better. Only problem is that most of us are like in our 60s, 70s, I hear Charles Schumer all the time talking about his old people ideas. Oh my goodness. Democrats, please go away. Holy potatoes. Who thought it was a good idea to re-elect Charles Schumer for his whole political career? Like, where do these people live? Like, where do they come from? Who votes for them? Seriously, like, I'm concerned, and I just want to know, like, who decided that Chuck Schumer was like the best representation of the Democratic Party? I don't know. Last time I checked, the only good Democrat to have been in that party was Senator Harry Reid. rest in peace. One of the best senators that's ever been in this country, a man who stood by what he said, who did not care about what corporations or private interests thought, because Harry Reid was the boss. And if you wanted to do business in Nevada or in Clark County, you had to make good with him. And to this day, let's be real factual in that Harry Reid was the only person to have straight up given Donald Trump a bird. Like, again, like, what kind of a man is that? That's a man. What, and unfortunately, obviously, rest in peace, you know what I mean? Like, what a good guy. That is a good politician. I am a pro Harry Reid fan in the political world because of how he performed politically. So yeah, my biggest influence, I guess, in the Senate ever being Harry Reid, just as, a matter of loyalty and trust and doing what you say you're going to do, whether or not you're a Democrat or a Republican. So yeah, like, I'd pour one out for Harry Reid if I could right now. You know what I mean? But again, that's a good legacy, right? That's good, Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi have uphill battles at best, right? I mean, talking about the rich and wealthy of the world. I'm not even sure if either one of those people have, in the last 2 decades, been anywhere in their surrounding area that isn't full of other 2%ers, And there's something to that, right? I mean, you 2%ers out there, you don't get out enough, There's 98% of, like, the rest of the population that y'all exploit on a daily basis, that, like, we have thoughts and we have words, and wouldn't you know it, we're human beings. Like, I know, it's crazy. I know. Anyways, I hope that you guys have a really good night. Seriously, I have so much fun here on the channel, and I'm going to continue to have fun, again, because, like, that's what I'm doing. And I've made it very clear, for the record. If I've not ever made anything clear, let me know, you know what I mean? Because I try to make things as clear as possible. I try to be as articulate as absolutely possible, and I try not to ever leave anyone wondering how I feel about a certain thing, or, if it's in fact what's gone on in my personal life. Like, obviously, bring it on. I mean, seriously, like, I've given this way too much thought, and guess what? I'm a decent person, and I say that because, like, what else does a dude to say about himself? Again, going back to that whole if I've offended you kind of concept, part of me doesn't care, because, again, if I've offended you, like, think about what I said, like, is there any truth to it? Am I acting like that? Do I participate in a manner of which is indicative of how that's perceived on the outside to be? I don't know. All I know is that people, go through great lengths to look me, find out who I am and stuff. So it's sort of like, welcome to my world. This is the Vlogs About Nothing world. And like I said, let me tell you, until I'm not here anymore, right? I will be doing this. So again, just saying, this is what I'm doing. I will not stop doing this. And despite all of the best efforts by borderline psychopathic individuals, I'll be here, I'll be here 4 times a night talking about nothing. So I really appreciate you guys, everything, just being here. You know what I mean? Like, that is intense, and that's really cool. And there's going to be good days and there's going to be bad days here. Most of them have been really good. Most of the content has been very good, and I'm very, very happy about it. And the times where I've had to, be frustrated, I think, is just another example of how authentic that I'm trying to be as a person on this channel, despite what, other people may or may not say. So that's why we got to let the facts speak for themselves, and never be afraid to tell the truth, because it's only when we are afraid of telling the truth that people can utilize that kind of thing against us. Trust me. But, if you recognize it and you're willing to be accepting of the consequences, and you move forward and stuff, all the things I feel like I've done, then, that's the best way to learn from a mistake. If there was any kind of better way to learn from a mistake, you know what I mean? So I hope that you guys have a really, really good night, and thank you again for watching my channel. I really appreciate it. I know sometimes there's 3 viewers, sometimes there's 300, I just really appreciate you guys being here and watching me grow up, like, I mean, as if I'm not already grown up, but like still trying to figure it out, and I thank you. So have a really good night, okay? Bye.